Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have some crazy news to talk about in this video. So if you guys have been keeping up with the latest movie news regarding Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, then you should know there are a ton of rumors regarding cameos in this movie. We've got everything from the likes of Ben Affleck returning as Daredevil, we've got Nicolas Cage coming back as Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Patrick Stewart, Michael Fassbender. We've got all of these rumors happening, and today we just got a brand new one. It looks like John Krasinski could be playing Mr. Fantastic in Doctor Strange 2. Now, if this happens, my mind is like literally going to be blown, because over the last couple of years, there's just been tons of fan casting for John Krasinski and his wife Emily Blunt to be playing Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman. Honestly, I'm one of the people that think it would be a perfect casting, and I would love to see him play Mr. Fantastic. So that's why I was so excited when this kind of news broke out that there was a big rumor that he was going to be playing the character. And not too long ago, John Krasinski had an interview with comicbook.com, and he said that he would love to play Mr. Fantastic should the opportunity ever arise. Specifically, he said, "I would love to do it. I think to be part of the Marvel world would be amazing, and the fact that people would even consider me for that level of a part would be amazing." Then he even goes on to say, "I genuinely have had no conversations or don't know anything that's happening with that. I'm awaiting Kevin's announcements of what the hell is happening with that as much as you are." Now that right there basically just says that he would be interested in joining the MCU, but his wife is kind of almost like the complete opposite of what he's saying right here. She's been getting really annoyed in interviews because obviously they get bombarded with the whole Marvel MCU questions, where I've actually seen a few of these interviews and you can see she's like visibly annoyed. She's like, "Oh my god, this question again, like no, we have not had any contact, no, we're not playing the part." She's saying that her and her husband have not received a phone call, which does line up with what John is saying. But, and that's a big but here, we've also seen a ton of actors do this already when lying about playing parts, because look at Andrew Garfield for the past maybe like year or so. He's been denying that he was playing Spider-Man for such a long time, and then spoiler alert, he was in Spider-Man No Way Home and he actually had a pretty substantial part, so it wouldn't surprise me if they were doing pretty much the exact same thing, or they could just not be in the movie at all, who knows. Now if this all does happen, do I think he's going to be playing like the main Mr. Fantastic in the MCU going forward? Probably not, because, you know, I just kind of see him and his wife in a different sort of phase of their entertainment career. I think they're more into like directing and producing and everything, and not actually signing a contract to do like multiple Marvel movies. So if this does happen, I think it's going to be like a Mr. Fantastic variant. You know, John has showed that interest that he would like to be a part of the MCU, but I don't think it means like, you know, a big part as in like multiple movies and a whole franchise around him. Just like if we get Tom Cruise as Iron Man in this movie, I think it's going to be along the lines of that. So like John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic for a little cameo in the Doctor Strange movie. And to be honest, I am totally fine with that, because like I said, I think he would be a great Mr. Fantastic. I just don't think he's going to be playing that character for a long time. But I think it would make a lot of sense for the fans to get what they want, and John to get what he wants by joining the MCU, even if it's for a very brief period of time. Because if you guys didn't know, he actually auditioned for the Captain America role before Chris Evans got it. So this guy definitely wants to be in the MCU, and he definitely has the interest. So I'm sure if Kevin Feige said like, "Hey man, I know you've probably seen all of those fan castings on the internet, like how would you like to make those come true?" Even if it's just like a 5 to 10 minute part of the movie, the fans would love it, I think John would love it, and people would put that whole thing to rest. Like if they're not going to sign on to do multiple movies, they're not going to get bombarded with MCU questions for the rest of their lives. So I think it would just be a great thing overall if, you know, he just made a cameo as Mr. Fantastic in Doctor Strange 2, just a quick little one. Everyone's happy, and I think it would be a huge moment in the movie. But that's only if this whole thing is true, which I think it just might be, because it sounds like there's going to be a ton of cameos in this movie, and it is called Multiverse of Madness. So there's got to be a ton of multiverse stuff in this movie. Like Spider-Man No Way Home had a ton of multiverse stuff right there, and Multiverse of Madness has got to have more. It's got to bring that whole multiverse to a whole nother level, and I think by doing something like bringing John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic into the MCU would be something that would help elevate this movie, so I really hope this happens. Now, something I'm really curious about is if he's going to show up in like a full Fantastic Four outfit with the four on it and everything in the blue suit, or if he's just going to be playing Reed Richards as a scientist. I guess we'll have to wait and find out, because I don't think the first look we're actually going to get of Mr. Fantastic Fantastic and the full outfit and everything is going to be a quick little cameo by John Krasinski. I think Kevin Feige's probably going to want to save that for a whole Fantastic Four movie, or at least for the actual confirmed cast for that film. I think the cameo of John Krasinski as Reed Richards would be good enough if he was just like a scientist from the multiverse, and if he whipped out the stretchy powers, I think that would just be like a huge bonus right there. He doesn't even have to say anything about the Fantastic Four because we as fans obviously know. Just bring John Krasinski on screen and have Steven be like, who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm Reed Richards. Something as basic as that is going to be enough to satisfy a lot of people. But on the whole flip side of this, if John and Emily signed on to be Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic for multiple films, that would obviously be like the best case scenario because I think they fit the characters perfectly. And obviously both of them are really great actors and I think they would do really well in the MCU. But like I said, I just don't think they're willing to sign a contract to be in multiple films. But another interesting detail is that there was a rumor going around last week that there was going to be 2 big name actors being part of the Fantastic Four, and then 2 lesser known actors would be a part of it as well. So this could go either way, but let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. Do you think John Krasinski is going to be playing Mr. Fantastic permanently in the MCU, or do you think it's just going to be a variant cameo in Doctor Strange 2? And also, what rumored cameo are you most excited for in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? I would say mine is Patrick Stewart as Professor X, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, or John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos just like this one, make sure you like and subscribe. Lots of great content coming to the channel, so you don't want to miss out. But for now, I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.